What's up, guys? This is Sim with Vengeance, and I am back here with another MLB 16 The Show Baltimore Orioles franchise. And today, your Baltimore Orioles are on the road in the Rogers Center in the American League Divisional Series, taking on the AL East champs, the Toronto Blue Jays, who finished with a 103-59 record, the best record in the American League. This team is no joke. This team can hit the ball just about anywhere, and they got a lot of good threats that we really have to look out for in this series. People like Edwin Encarnacion, who won the AL MVP. You got Jose Bautista, who's won a few MVPs and does the bat flip. And you got Marco Estrada on the pitching staff. You also have to worry about Josh Donaldson, too. He can hit one out of the park as well, if you let him have it. You also have Dominic Brown, Kevin Pillar. You got a lot of good players in the lineup. You take a look at our lineup today, we're going to have Jimmy Paredes bat first. I feel like, Paredes and Scope, they've been playing a lot better than I've been giving him credit for in the past. They've been more so. Well, Jimmy Paredes has been usually batting second, but Scope's been usually batting about 6th or 7th. But he's been getting hot, and I want to give him a chance to shine in the top of the lineup and show that he's actually improving. So here we are in the top of the first. Look at that, Jonathan Scope on first base. Would you look at that? She already got a single to start it off. But Chris Davis going to take it yard, as that one's going to go over Pillar's head and over the wall for a home run. 2-run shot, 409 feet. And the Orioles already up 2-0 as Marcus Stroman has just left that changeup just hang. And you cannot do that to a guy like Chris Davis. He's going to make you pay. He is. That's what Chris Davis does. That's his second home run of the postseason as well. So I like the start that is going on. So you got also, don't even forget about Troy Tulowitzki. Probably one of the best all-around shortstops in all of baseball. Cannot forget about him. You also have to face, they have to face Chris Tillman. And Chris Tillman, he's pretty good. I mean, he's not spectacular, but he gets the job done. Let's see how well of a job he does today against this Toronto lineup. As that one's right here. That one's going to get him out of a jam here. 2-on and 2 away. We get out of that jam right there with Chris Davis taking on first. And later on in the top of the third, guess who that is? That's Chris Davis again with Jonathan Scope on second this time with that. He had a double, so he's already 2 for 2, Jonathan Scope. But look at Chris Davis. Crush Davis, more like it. Oh, my Lord. Right center field. That one is way gone. That was a fastball that just did not get any sort of movement. And Marcus Stroman is just like, I don't know what I'm doing out here. It's now 4-0 as Toronto's just looking for some answers. 473 feet. That is a moonshot. That is a no-doubter. But here come the Blue Jays as Troy Tulowitzki, that guy I mentioned earlier. Yeah, he's going to hit a home run as well. It's going to make it 4-2. Troy Tulowitzki, you cannot leave a pitch hang for Troy because he is going to hit it longs and longs of ways. So we cannot let that be a trend in this series. We cannot let the Blue Jays continue to do that kind of work against us because, man, oh, man, if we let them hit the ball out of the park on a consistent basis, it's going to be a long series. But we still have the lead. And here in the 4th inning, Russell Martin at the plate with 2 away. And this one's going to be taken to the shortstop, J.J. Hardy, on the Scope. And that is going to end that threat. So we've avoided a few threats so far. The Blue Jays have been hitting the ball particularly well. But we've been hitting the ball better. And we've been actually getting runs. So Jimmy Paredes is like, yeah, we're just going to add on to that total right here with a solo shot, making it 5-2. A lot of home runs so far. And hopefully in the rest of this series, we will be able to add on to more of those ourselves and limit the damage done by the Blue Jays. Because if we could knock off the Blue Jays, I don't see why we wouldn't be contenders for the World Series. I'm just saying. So 5-2 here in the 6th as Chris Tillman off to J.J. Hardy. And that is going to be the end of that threat right there. Chris Tillman's been getting the job done. Here in the 7th, though, he does hit Colabella here, and we're gonna throw in Michael Gibbons here. Look at Jonathan Scope too. Look at him make the play. He gets the out at first. Look at that. Way to save the play and make that just get an out of that. I mean, if that would have went into the outfield grass, I guarantee you that guy at second would have gone to third. Just saying. So here we are in the 9th, and they start off with a leadoff single as we gotta get Zach Britton his save. He's the guy we gotta count on here in the late games to try and get us our win. So we got here a double play ball. Machado throws it against his body and gets it on the scope. Scope to Davis, and it's a beautiful double play. Brings a tear to my eye. But anyway, last at B here. And Machado is going to take that one. And this one is going to end the game as the Orioles surprisingly win game 1 of the series. I went in I'm going to be honest, I probably wasn't expecting a victory. But I did. I'm actually absolutely terrified to face this Blue Jays lineup. But we came through in game 1. And hopefully with the rest of the bottom of the rotation up to face this Blue Jays lineup, we can come up with the same kind of results that we did in game 1. And maybe, just maybe, we can come out with a series win. That would be awesome. So, obviously, we still have a long way to go. In the NL, we have the Mets versus the Cubs, and we have the Giants facing off against the Nationals, I think. And in the other side of the American League, we have, I think it's Houston, or I think it's Houston or LA. I'd have to check that once again. It's Houston and LA versus Cleveland. So anyway, I'll have to check the playoff bracket again. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but it's going to be a pretty interesting playoff series nonetheless. We won 5-2 in game 1. Game 2 should be coming your way very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are a first-time viewer of myself, hit that subscribe button down below. And follow me on Twitter. Most likely, I'll follow you back. Until then, my name is Sin with Vengeance, and I am out. Peace.